It is now my pleasure to kick things off. You guys feeling the love? Me too, me too. Just hold hands with the person next to you if you really want to. If you really just are feeling the love like I am. Oh, is someone holding hands out there? I love it. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Joan Murphy. She is the former co-leader of the Toronto Ovarian Cancer Research Network, actively involved in... Oh, there you go! A woman doesn't even need an introduction. She just is a leader in her field, and we are so fortunate to have her with us. So thank you so very much.
Merci, Céline. Thank you very much. And thank you all for coming here tonight. It's a great event, and I thank Ovarian Cancer Canada as well for doing all the work they do, and especially events like this. This is a night about celebration. It's a night about fun and relaxing. I'm the serious bit. I've only got a few minutes, so I hope I don't bore you too much, but I do want you to listen so that you'll know why Ovarian Cancer Canada exists. You'll know why you're here tonight, and you'll know what these events and other initiatives of OCC are all about. Ovarian cancer, as you know, is a very dismal disease in terms of outcomes. The biggest issue is that it's advanced at the time of diagnosis, and so the likelihood of cure is fairly low. Early in my career, ovarian cancer was viewed as a single disease. Everyone who had that label was treated the same, was expected to have the same outcome, and was thought of as having the same disease. To be very frank, we had quite a defeatist attitude. It was very hard to get researchers interested in the tumor, in the entity that we thought we were treating. And it wasn't until technology got better, science got better, that people began to understand the disease better and to understand that it wasn't all one disease. In fact, it was a number of different diseases. As all of those things sort of coalesced, as the synergies took place, and the science got better, the questions got better, we got better at finding some answers, no bottom line answers, but answers nonetheless. We have cultivated a generation of researchers who have just made tremendous strides. And part of that is due to the interest in the technology, et cetera. Part of that is due to the work of people like our honoree tonight, who you'll meet later. And there's a whole generation now coming along that's devoted their careers to understanding more about ovarian cancer. We now know that, in fact, it is, as I say, a number of different diseases. As personalized medicine, which is a term that you hear fairly frequently, gets better and better, we are going to be able to treat this disease on an individual basis. And we already know things like the BRCA mutation. There are genetic predispositions that make people more likely to get ovarian cancer. Then that in itself, that makes it a different disease. It responds differently to certain treatments. And there are now certain treatments on the horizon that allow us to treat that kind of cancer specifically. We've understood much, much more about the origins of the cancer. What we call ovarian cancer probably arises in the fallopian tubes. We didn't know that until very recently. We didn't understand what the implications for that were. We didn't understand what the influences were that caused cancer to take place. So I can't say that we've made tremendous bottom line decisions and discoveries, because people unfortunately are still dying of this disease. So anyone who has ovaries is at risk. Anyone who loves someone with ovaries, has a stake in this, and research is the key to finding the rest of the answers that are still eluding us to date. However, even though we haven't had a major revolution in ovarian cancer, the evolution is ongoing. It's active. It's really making great strides. And I strongly encourage all of you to support research in ovarian cancer so that we can come to a tool that makes early diagnosis possible, that we can get to real strategies that allow us to prevent the disease. And unfortunately, for those who get it, that we'll be able to cure it with a higher likelihood than we are today. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you to Ovarian Cancer Canada. Thank you to all the sponsors. This is very important work for all women, and we can show our love for the women in our lives by trying to move this work forward and make things better for those who are at risk. Thank you very much, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Murphy. Thank you for those beautiful words. And honestly, you can see why they call the evening Love Her. It's about honoring yourself. So ladies, tonight, if anyone gives you a compliment, you say to them, thank you. That's one of the things I like best about myself. We'll start with some self-love. Okay, now I'm going to bring out, to start the fashion show going, a woman who I admire so much. She has made such a difference in fashion television. She's one of the front runners in the fashion journalism movement and an incredible designer herself. And also just a very, very lovely mama. Please welcome Jeannie Becker.
Hello. You know what? You gotta love it. You got, obviously, navy lace is very hot with Judith and Charles this season. Jessica and I did not talk before the event, but I love the fact that we're wearing the same dress because you know what it's like. You make it your own. Actually, I did that once with a group of women in Toronto. We all had the same suit by a certain Canadian designer, the exact same tweed suit, and we all decided, all 6 of us, to go out to a very chic Yorkville restaurant wearing the same suit, and we caused quite a stir. It was a wonderful thing to do, and I think that's what's so great about fashion today. We take these pieces that are offered to us, and we make them our own, and that's what great style is all about. And speaking of great style, I have such admiration for those 2 people, Judith and Charles. They are incredible just people in terms of, you know, their own humanity for getting involved in an event like this, but they're just wonderful people to begin with. But they also really put out a product that is accessible, that's realistic, that's affordable, that's ultimately wearable. And what's so great about these clothes that you're about to see is that they will really work for you in your modern life. You know, so many people say to me, you know, who's going to wear that stuff? We see so much stuff coming down the runways today that's just really a little bit out there, and some people still don't quite get that, you know, it's all for the sake of entertainment, and the fashions that you see on runways are put on because fashion at the end of the day needs to be a great show, and that's what we love about it. But I think what you'll be seeing here on this runway, these are clothes that you can really wear and you can really use and you can really make them work for you. It is such a joy to be here. I have worn Judith and Charles for quite a while now. I am not a designer, contrary to what you were just told, not at all, not at all, not at all. So please don't see me that way. I'm an editor, and that's what I do with my own clothing line. That's what I do with my closet every single day, you know, when I decide what I'm going to wear, when I go shopping and decide what I'm going to buy. And I think all of you, indeed, are editors as well, because we get offered so much stuff. At the end of the day, you know, it's up to you as individuals to choose what you want. So we're all editors, and we're getting quite a lot better at it as things move along here in the world, because there's so much wonderful information that we're armed with now. So without any further ado, it's time to get inspired. It's time for these gorgeous models backstage to really strut their stuff and to show you what Judith and Charles have up their very fashionable sleeves. Please enjoy the show, and thanks so much for coming out to support this wonderful cause. Bye-bye.